This is California, home to Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and whatever Elon Musk has decided to throw himself into. It is the most populous of the US states and is arguably the most influential in the US's culture today. And as for the Californian economy, it is impressive to say the least, with large companies such as Apple, Alphabet, Disney, and Intel all being headquartered in California. You may think of the state as some star economic performer. But just how powerful is the economy of California? Is the Golden State really worth all the hype? Well, to answer those questions, as always, let's take a brief look at the history. Back when California joined the Union of Freedom States in 1850, it was experiencing a gold rush. This gold rush, which began in 1848 when this man found extensive gold reserves in the area, saw more than 300,000 people migrate to California from the rest of the USA as well as abroad in order to get in on the action, which also had some severe effects on the native Californians. At the time, trade and commerce were based mainly around the cities of Sacramento, San Jose, and San Francisco, with the city of Los Angeles being nothing more than a town of 5,000 people. After the gold rush, which was in part responsible for kickstarting rapid population growth in the state, the Central Valley became an important part of an agricultural boom that followed, as migrant workers from all over the place came to cultivate and develop the land. In fact, today, despite the fact that the Central Valley represents only 1% of the total farmland in the US, it produces 8% of the nation's agricultural output by value. That's some $43.5 billion in 2013. Many of the migrant workers that came to California found themselves constructing the various dikes that made up the large complex water management system that exists in California today, which has been fundamental in enabling the rapid demographic and economic expansion that has taken place in the last century and a half. As you know though, California's economy is much more than just a gold rush and agricultural produce. At the start of the 20th century, California began to emerge as a leader in the film industry, with companies setting up in Southern California, in and around the city of Los Angeles, thanks to the region's favorable year-round weather, as well as the pool of talent in the area both in front of and behind the camera. Throughout the latter part of the 20th century, California's infamous tech sector's growth really began to accelerate, with the term Silicon Valley first being used in 1971, referring to the southern part of the San Francisco Bay Area in Northern California, where many manufacturers in the region specialized in silicon-based transistors and chips. In fact, California's tech and manufacturing sector was in full swing way before the likes of these companies started knowing which toilet you prefer to take a dump in, with both Stanford University and the US Department of Defense playing important roles in establishing and maintaining California's manufacturing prowess. From the 21st century onwards, California's economy has only gone from strength to strength, with technology playing an increasingly important role in the global economy. However, recent job growth has outstripped housing construction in the state, leading to a severe housing shortage, bringing us more or less to the position in which the economy of California finds itself in today. So, with all that considered, we should ask ourselves just how influential is California's economy today, both within the United States as well as abroad, and what does the future hold for the 40 million Californians, both rich and poor, in the coming decades? California's economy is by far the largest of any US state, with a GDP just shy of $3.2 trillion in 2019. That's so large that if California were a country, it would possess the fifth largest economy in the world. Although, as of 2020, this position will most likely become India's. On a per capita basis, California ranks fourth within the United States, with a GDP per capita of $80,563, just behind Connecticut, and in line with wealthy countries such as Switzerland and Norway. The sheer scale of California's economy makes it influential domestically and internationally. Not only because its companies export services and goods that are known the world over, but also because it attracts a lot of human capital to work on beanie bags in its tech firms, as well as on farms picking fruit, earning minimum wage. On the rich end of the economic ladder, we have millionaires, and California has many of them, with over 1 million millionaires in 2019, ranking it the US state with the most millionaires, as well as 8th on a per capita basis. But how do all these millionaires make their millions? What sectors keep California's economy humming? The Californian economy is highly developed and diverse, which is great to help mitigate the economic shockwaves that may arise from, an unforeseen global pandemic. Despite this though, 57% of the Golden State's economy can be traced back to 4 economic sectors. Those sectors are the finance, insurance and real estate sector, the professional and business services sector, the government, and the manufacturing sector. As previously mentioned, the agriculture industry in California is large, with strawberries, milk and almonds particularly important to the industry. However, as a whole, the agriculture industry makes up less than 2% of California's economy. Another industry that California is known the world over for is that of the creative industry, including entertainment, fashion, and visual arts. This industry is a big moneymaker as well, generating just under $300 billion to California's economy. Despite all these booming industries that have led to 3.4 million jobs being created between 2010 and 2019, California isn't the land of opportunity for everyone. The latest data about homelessness in California is shocking. Over 150,000 Californians were homeless in 2019. That's 1 in 4 of all the homeless in the US. The reasons for this high level of homelessness in California are plentiful, from mental health problems and addiction to interaction with the criminal justice system. However, one of the main reasons, which is also of interest to us here on the Economics in Action channel, is that of the cost of living, or more specifically, rent. You see, despite the glamour of Hollywood and Silicon Valley, there are approximately 1.3 million Californian renter households making less than $25,000 a year. That's in a state where the average house price is hovering around $575,000 US. As a result, nearly half of Los Angeles County residents spend 50% of their income on rent alone, making it extremely hard to build financial security. This housing affordability crisis is detrimental to the many that find themselves without shelter, in addition to the economy of California itself. High housing costs discourage the movement of companies and individuals to get started in California, as their money may go further in another part of the country, where they may still get access to the right talent. California's economy then is like a two-faced person. On one side, it's home to the trillion-dollar companies that we can't seem to escape in our busy modern lives. And on the other side, it's home to poverty that even the United Nations has called the handling of cruel and inhuman. Despite its troubles though, the Californian economy marches on, and I'd expect it to continue to generate many more millions of jobs in the coming decade. It stands at the forefront of groundbreaking technologies in many industries and is well positioned to take advantage of them. If it can solve its housing and affordability crisis and generate more inclusive economic growth for its residents, there's no reason why we shouldn't all be California dreaming. Hi everyone, California's economy is large and fascinating, and I could only scratch the surface of it here in this video, so if you have more to add, just let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and take care. Bye.